Hey, I'm Jacob.
And I'm also Jacob.
And we're Jacob Squared. Welcome to another episode of HEBFLIX. The Foreigner, starring Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan, is a timely action thriller from the director of Casino Royale. The film tells the story of a humble London businessman, Quan, who long buried past erupts in a revenge-fueled vendetta when the only person left for him to love, his teenage daughter, is taken from him in a senseless act of political-motivated terrorism. In his relentless search for identity of the terrorist, Quan is forced into a cat-and-mouse conflict with the British government, whose own past may hold cues to the identities of the elusive killer. So, I think Jackie Chan, he's a great actor.
Oh, yes.
He gets the job done.
Pierce Brosnan.
Whenever he's in a movie, I click play because he just has wisdom and talent.
007, Pierce Brosnan, excited to see it.
The Karate Kid.
On October 17th, ASAP Mob was performing at the Bomb Factory. Anticipation for the collective's performance was palpable, and the young, rowdy crowd pressed against the barricade towards the front of the stage. The curtain finally dropped, revealing two Lamborghinis converted into DJ booths to the opening notes to Lamborghini High. ASAP Rocky ran on stage with the rest of the mob in tow. Rocky's performance was a major improvement over the wordy, lackadaisical one he gave at the Southside Ballroom the last time he was in town. Last night, Rocky was energized yet comfortable on stage, and the night felt like a throwback to 2012 when ASAP Mobs first made waves with the rowdy shows at South by Southwest and Dallas House of Blues.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of ASAP Mob. I don't like that. Their group is just not me.
I disagree. I was at the show.
OVO.
It was a phenomenal show. There's a lot of energy, and it was awesome to see all of them on stage.
OVO. Tomorrow, Thor Ragnarok, the latest installment in the franchise, brings in 109 million in overseas debut, when only estimating 109.1 million, launching in about 52% of the world a week before entering the domestic arena. Through Sunday, it's running 6% ahead of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and 24% of Doctor Strange. The top plays so far being UK with 16.2 million, Korea with 15.74 million, Australia with 8.4 million, Brazil with 8.1 million, and France with 7.7 billion. Thor comes out in theaters this Friday. Set your date. I don't like Thor.
I'm personally very excited to see the movie.
You're excited?
Yeah,
Really?
I want to see if there's any Easter eggs.
Easter eggs to what?
To the next Avengers movie.
Oh, maybe. But
I'd hope so.
Besides that, Thor is a useless movie.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Now let's go to Blake Jones with sports.
Sports!
Hi, I'm not Blake, but I'm Warren Davis with this week's sports. Trinity Trojans are undefeated in district. Also, they have clinched playoffs by winning against the Hebron Hawks. Senior tailback Courage Klein had a great game, rushing 235 yards from 38 carries with 3 touchdowns. The final score was 31-28. Up next, the Trojans will be going against Flower Mound, as Trinity being undefeated in the district. Let's hope for them to continue being that way. Best of luck to the Trojans playing this Friday at Pennington Field at 7 p.m. Tease up! On Friday, October 27th, the Belle Blue Raiders took on the Louisville Farmers at home. Starting quarterback junior Mason Ornelas passed the ball 20 times for 8 completions and 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Orleans rushed 4 times for 9 yards and a touchdown. Senior Austin Broham came in the ball game in the 4th quarter and completed 5 of his 9 passing attempts for 86 yards and a touchdown. Zion Hardy ran the ball 16 times for 70 yards. Also, Benny Kabongo rushed 12 times for 35 yards. After 4 quarters, the Raiders couldn't get it done against the Farmers, losing 49-37. This puts the Belle Raiders at 1-7 on the year and 0-5 in district play. This Friday, the Raiders travel to South Lake to take on the Dragons. Good luck to the Raiders. The Dallas Cowboys faced off against NFC East rival the Washington Redskins, beating them 33-19 at Washington, D.C. The Cowboys will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs at AT&T Stadium this Sunday. Ezekiel Elliott is facing a 6-game suspension due to New York Judicial Court. He has been ruled guilty. That's all we have for sports this week, and back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Blake.
The Bellas are back at it. The 3rd installment of Pitch Perfect is coming soon, December 22nd, just in time for the holidays. After the highs of winning the World Championship, the Bellas find themselves split apart and discovering there aren't job prospects for making music with your mouth. They come together for what seems to be the last time when they go on a worldwide tour.
I'm honestly excited for this movie.
I will have to disagree.
Why?
Because I think that these movies are useless. And that's facts.
I mean, you just go with that, man.
Thanks, man.
This past Friday, Netflix released the second season of its hit series Stranger Things last year. Last year, the show appeared out of nowhere, catching pretty much everyone by surprise with the combination of retro's 80s nostalgia and Steven Spielberg meets Stephen King storytelling. But this year, it was all about the expectation, with streaming services creating a wave of hype that framed the show's return as one of the most must-watch entertainment events of the year. Make sure to watch season 2 streaming on Netflix now.
Love the first season.
I haven't watched it yet.
I would
need to.
highly recommend it.
That's why I barely made it through the segment. But yeah.
On the 9th of November, the Wisecracks crew is back at it with their underground coffee house routine. Come down to see if you feel like having a right and proper laugh for an hour or so. Coffee should be available. It's in the Black Box Theater from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Come on down and see the performance.
Niall Horan becomes the third One Direction member with a #1 album known as Flicker. Niall's solo album has already sold 152,000 copies worldwide within its first week of release. Horan said, "My mind is completely blown. An album that I wrote has gone to #1 in the United States, and I cannot thank you guys enough for supporting it." He's not the talented one.
Definitely not.
He's not talented.
I was really upset when One Direction disbanded, but I'm proud to see all the accomplishments.
Even though he's not talented.
Nope. On November 4th, the LD Bell Band will be competing in the Bands of America Super Regional Championship taking place in San Antonio. Let us hope they perform well.
Blake Shelton released a new single on 10/30/17 called At the House. It's another country classic by Mr. Blake. We'd be doing the hoedown for this for sure. The song will be in his new album, Texoma Shore.
Saturday night, Halsey took a break from her new Hopeless Fountain Kingdom tour to throw a classy Great Gatsby Halloween party. The star sported sparking 1920s fashion alongside her new love interest, G-Eazy. The party was said to be a fantastic time and a great way to celebrate Halloween and the success of her tour.
The Bruno Mars concert 24K Magic World Tour came to the American Airlines Center on October 27, 2017, and the AT&T Center on October 25, 2017. With special guest Georgia Smith, this tour will be an 86-day tour that started on March 28th and ends on July 14th. This marks his third album, with the last one being released in 2012. His album, also known as 24K Magic, is being sold physically through disc and vinyl, as well as being streamed through apps like Spotify. That's what I like. That's what I like.
Yeah, Bruno Mars is fantastic.
The next Michael Jackson.
The songbird of our generation,
Yes,
no
sir.
doubt.
All he needs is a leather jacket.
The new Super Mario game has finally been released as of October 27th on the Nintendo Switch. A Super Mario Odyssey, a 3D platform game, is a story that follows Mario and Cappy, a spirit that possesses Mario's hat and allows him to take control of other characters and objects, as they set on a journey across various worlds to save Princess Peach from his nemesis Bowser, who plans to marry her. Don't miss the fun. Join in now and save the princess.
I'm more of a Sonic guy.
Oh yeah, no doubt. We gotta go fast.
Knuckles and
But
all those other
I
guys.
really think Princess Peach should just lock the door to the castle.
Yes, sir.
And her problems would be solved.
Yes, sir. Dragon Ball Fighter Z is a new upcoming 2.5D fighting game with all new Dragon Ball Super characters. In the latest episode, developed by Arc System Works and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, based on Dragon Ball franchise for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. The new game is a shot-by-shot feature game to fully experience the martial arts display. Its release date is January 26th and has a lot of hype around it.
Big fan of this. Big fan of the games as kids growing up. Kamehameha. And that's all we have this week for HEBFLIX.
I'm Jacob.
Jinx. Drink Coke.